You were literally one skill away from completely changing your life. Like literally, one thing that you could learn would completely change the trajectory trajectory of your life. And what do I mean by that? Most of these people you see getting rich are online, these online money kids, even me, we all learned like one skill and then we just grinded the fuck out of that one skill. It could be door-to-door sales. There are literally millionaires from doing door-to-door sales. But in the beginning, I'm sure learning door-to-door sales is probably not a fun job. You gotta go knock on people's doors. You gotta you know what I mean? But once you get good at that one thing, it opens your life up completely to unlimited possibilities. Some people do drop shipping. Maybe it doesn't work at first. You know what I mean? It takes them a couple months to really get the drop shipping down. But guess what? Eventually you start figuring out what creatives work, what creatives don't, how to work, meta ads, how to work TikTok ads. You start learning all these different, skills pretty much until you learn the bigger picture. So like I said, it all starts out with one thing. You just start out with one thing and you slowly get better at it over time. And I know most entrepreneurs are kind of stuck where they're like, they don't know what that thing is and they don't know what they want to do. So they're just kind of in this loop of probably for the past several years where you're just trying tons of different things but never really fully committing to one. So how do you really do this? How do you fully commit to one thing? I think it's really hard, but what I like to do normally is I'll commit like a certain amount of energy or a certain amount of videos to one product, one idea, and if I don't see any sort of potential, I'll completely cut it off and switch or pivot. But if I do see some potential in it, that's when I normally stick to it. So for me, it was TikTok Shop Affiliate. I got good at one thing. I got good at making videos. I got good at pretty much learning how to make UGC videos, which I think right now is probably the easiest thing to do for beginners because anybody can make these videos. It doesn't matter what you are. As long as you're able to talk, you can make these videos. It's that fucking easy, like literally. So what I challenge everybody watching this video is just pick something and stick to it. Like it's literally, that's all it takes. You don't have to learn all this crazy shit. You can focus on one thing at a time and then do it repetitively every single day. And the thing is, you're not gonna see results at first. You're not gonna see results every day. You're gonna see results here and there, but eventually they're gonna start getting bigger results and then bigger and then bigger, and you're gonna start learning and start, figuring out what the fuck you need to do. So like I said, this isn't just for TikTok Shop, this isn't just for drop shipping, this is for literally any business model that you've ever seen, you've ever heard of. You can do the same thing. AI marketing on Instagram right now is going crazy. It's just UGC, it's just promoting brands, promoting products, learning how to go viral. All these skills is if you just sit there and focus on them every single day, instead of wait a second, just what do you normally do on a day-to-day basis? If you're watching this video, in your head, imagine what you normally are doing on the day-to-day basis. Maybe you have a job, maybe you're going to job every day, maybe you're in school still, maybe whatever it is that you have to do, you're probably filling something in most of your day, most likely. Then after you get in with that work, what are you doing in those hours you have left over? That's what we need to really be looking at, because right now you probably can't get out of that 9 to 5. You need that money to live. You need that money to survive and function. But how can we take your remaining hours so you can get out of that 9 to 5? That's kind of what you need to be thinking about it. Like those extra hours that you could be focusing on your future, that one skill, a lot of people are wasting that on either watching TV or scrolling on their phone, or maybe you're watching sports too much, whatever it is. Some of these things can feel good, they can feel great, but they're really just hindering your life and not really benefiting your future. But if you're okay staying with where you're at in life, then this video is not for you. You can just keep doing what you're doing. But if you've watched to this point, you probably don't want that, and you probably want to break free, you probably want financial freedom, you want to be able to travel and not have a job. Like, I'm 23 years old. I haven't had a job in 3 years. My whole 20s so far, I've had no job. When I was in 16, 17, 18, 19, right when I turned 20, I had a job that whole time. Finally decided to lock in and learn a skill, and it has allowed me to have financial freedom and be able to travel and live where I want to live and do the things I want to do and then drive the cars that I want to drive. And it's all because I just focused on one skill, and I did it for almost 3 years straight on one task every single day for 3 years straight. So obviously I saw a good amount of success compared to a lot of other people that did it. But the people that I am comparing myself to that maybe didn't get as far, you can just look at their numbers and look at their output, and it was a fraction, 0.05% of what the work I did. You know what I mean? So it all comes down to a numbers game. It all comes down to how consistent you can show up, how consistently you can actually complete the action, complete the task. And like I said again, this isn't for any business model. This is just in general. It doesn't matter what the fuck you do. Like, I think everybody thinks that making money is so hard. It's genuinely not. Like, it's genuinely so fucking easy. I've made money from so many different avenues, and just because, like, once I started making money, I realized that how easy it was to make money other ways, and it kind of opens up your mindset to realizing that, hey, money is an easy thing to achieve. I feel like a lot of people think it's like this hard thing to get, but it's really not that. You're just solving problems to get the money. So the way that I think about it is, you need to sell a product X amount of times to make X amount of dollars. So mentally, you need to set a goal in your head, kind of like, hey, I want to make $100,000 a month. So you need to sell something 1,000 times, $100, or you need to sell something for $1,000 100 times, and it keeps going. You know what I mean? What is that? You need to sell 10,000 items for $10. So figure out how to way to sell something 10,000 times for $10 in profit. So take a $30 product, make $10 margins on it, and sell it at, whatever, like, you know what I mean? There's so many different ways. You just got to break it down like that. Set a goal in your head, figure out a business, and then how much you need to sell to get there. And I think right now, you need to be thinking about how to get views on whatever your service is or whatever your product is or whatever it is, because the more people that see it, the more sales you're going to get. So again, figure out what you want, how much money you want to make. Then you need to figure out how many views you need to get to do that. So I think a good, safe estimate is one out of every 1,000 to 10,000 people will convert. Whenever I do my calculations, I normally do one out of every 10,000 people just to do. So you need 100,000 views to get 10 conversions, 1 million views to get 100 conversions, 10 million views to get 1,000 conversions. So say you're selling a product where you're getting $80 or $100 per sale, and you get 10 million views, well, you just made $80,000 to $100,000 if it's profit. You know what I mean? If you got 100 million views, 1 billion views, and so on, you can just start doing these calculations, all right? Now you need to figure out how many videos you need to post to get that amount of views. So let's just say you want to get 10 million views. If you want to average, maybe you average 2,000 or 3,000 views a post, which is not a very good average on TikTok Shop for me. My average is like maybe 20 to 30,000 views a video. Not every video gets nowhere near close to that, but the videos that have a ton of views bring the average up. So if you're posting out thousands of videos to your product, service, or whatever it is, it's going to be so much more likely that you succeed and have a higher average. So that's literally it. Just, you have to do the calculation in your head. That's the way I think about everything, is just breaking it down to like the number level, so I can like visually see it and kind of get a actual calculation of, I need to post this many times with this many average views at this average of conversion rate to see this total number that I want. So, and that could be done for any product, any service, whatever the fuck. Maybe I'm rambling on at this point, but that's exactly how my brain works when I think about stuff like this, and just kind of, it just makes it easier for me. And especially with TikTok Shop, I was thinking like, hey, if I'm getting out 10 of these good ads a day and I'm averaging, whatever, like, I just knew the conversions would make sense if I was getting out more volume than everybody else. And I got to the point where I was doing 30, 40 posts a day on TikTok Shop, filming myself and editing myself, which was like an all day type of thing that I was sitting there focusing on. But yeah, pretty much all of this to say, pick one thing, focus on it, learn how to get people to it, learn how to get traffic on it, and then do that every single day, because you need a product and you need to get traffic. That's the two things you need. Break down each side, what you need to do step by step, and then do it every day. That's literally it. That's the secret to getting rich. That's the secret to making money. Just do it every day for a couple years, and eventually you'll get smarter, you'll gain more knowledge, and you'll get better at your craft in whatever it is, and you'll start seeing results. And you'll have high months and you'll have low months, and you'll get depressed that you didn't make as much money as you did last month. And then whenever you have good months, you get on the high and you'll feel good for the rest of the month and you feel great. And it's just a cycle of being an entrepreneur. But yeah, anyways, I don't sell a course. My name's Patrick. I'm literally doing this for the love of the game. Free sauce for the love of the game. But yeah, I'll catch you guys, I guess, in the next video.